I tell people I got this embroidery machine for the family. And they go, "Oh yeah, your kids have the most amazing personalized stuff. And what you've done for your home." Well, that's true. But the real reason is, when I'm able to create anything I can think of, that makes me very happy. And when Mom's happy, for me, the big moment of relaxation is when I push that start button. Because with this machine, I know it's going to be embroidered perfectly. The quality of the embroidery stitches on the Horizon Memory Craft 15,000. Can we just stop there? The stitching on the 15,000 is magnifying glass precise. It is so quiet. I don't mind being here while it's stitching out. But because it has a wireless connection built in, I can watch it from anywhere around the house on my iPad. The app is called AccuMonitor. It shows me the progress of the machine over the wireless internet in our home. It also has another iPad app called AccuEdit. I can use it to design my embroidery layouts away from the machine. AccuEdit comes loaded with all of the 480 built-in embroidery designs on the 15,000. Hundreds of these are new, including designs by Jenny Hart, Leah Day, and Noriko Nozawa. At the machine, I love working on the huge screen. I can now choose from 5 embroidery hoops and have designs up to 200,000 stitches. The machine has so much workspace, but it doesn't take up a lot of room. And the same goes for the embroidery unit, which slips onto the back. I use the quick change needle plate to go from embroidery to regular sewing. And changing thread is a breeze thanks to the new needle threader. I can bring in designs without my computer if I want, just use a USB drive. And I think I mentioned the quality is spectacular. That's the whole point of this machine, taking what's in here and stitching it out perfectly here. If you love embroidery, the Memory Craft 15,000 can take you anywhere you want to go.
I think regular fashion design is cool because you get to see your creative vision come to life. But you know what I've discovered is even better? Bridal fashion. Because that's when you get to make someone else's dream come true. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure with this kind of work. You've got clients changing their minds, and you've got a deadline that cannot be moved. So I've had to find a sewing machine that gives me unlimited creativity, but is absolutely reliable, and turns out everything I sew with professional quality. This is it, the Horizon Memory Craft 15,000. The huge sewing bed gives me enough room for any bridal gown. I could do a 10-foot train on this, no problem. But seriously, you don't want a 10-foot train. The 15,000 is so fast and powerful, but it's quiet enough that I can listen to soft music while I work. The embroidery is unbelievable, easy to adjust on screen or in the hoop, and the stitch quality blows my clients away. I've got a big free arm, incredible buttonholes, superb lighting, and any decorative stitch I can think of, it's got. I use this machine all the time, every day, and I absolutely love its reliability. I'm not just sewing dresses for the bridal party and a gown for the bride. I'm creating the centerpiece to a magical day. A day my client will never forget. And because of that, I'm so thankful my MemoryCraft 15,000 can take me anywhere I want to go.
Living in wine country was a big dream for us. I'll never forget the first morning we woke up here. It was magical. Now, with the bed and breakfast, we get to share that first morning again and again with our guests. With the weather so nice, people want to spend time on the patio. So I wanted to give it a look you couldn't find anywhere else. I could have paid a lot of money for someone else to decorate it. But like the rest of the house, this area is my creative expression. And besides, I found the perfect tool to help me pull it off. The Horizon MemoryCraft 15,000. Well, as I discovered, outdoor fabrics are heavier, but this machine stitches through them with no problem. In decor, you have some very long seams, but when your 15,000 does a straight stitch at 1,000 stitches per minute, it goes pretty quickly. And then there's the embroidery. People find it so elegant. It's true. When it's a design you've put together yourself, and you see it on a large scale like this, it just looks extravagant. But when you have a machine like this, it's really just a little thread. My guests love to ask me how I did this. And it seems like I always end up telling them about my 15,000. Some are never going to sew. But for those who do, a little light goes on. Well, first of all, the stitch quality is just phenomenal. If it sewed this nicely and had a regular little bed, I'd be okay with that. But this sews like a dream and also has the biggest work area I've ever used. The whole umbrella cover fit right through. The embroidery is so easy. Yet the finished product looks like it took months to complete. But it's easy to set up the machine, easy to set up the design, and easy to go do something else while it stitches out because of the iPad app. The sewing stitches are so easy to set up on the screen. Well, you have 500 to choose from, for heaven's sake, and 13 buttonholes. When everything else is this easy and the quality is this good, you know that what you're making is going to look spectacular. Our guests come from all over the world because they want something completely unique. With the 15,000, I have the freedom to follow my creative vision anywhere I want to go.
Somebody once told me that quilting is just cutting fabric into pieces and sewing it back together again. I would have agreed with that before I got into quilting, or rather before quilting got into me. Now I'd say there's nothing like it. There's no creative expression I have that compares to quilting. An architect gets to design the building, but he doesn't get to build it. With quilting, I get to do both. Having a machine like the MemoryCraft 15,000 has allowed me to quilt at a level I simply couldn't get to before. It's hard to explain, but, well, there's nothing I want to do that it can't do. Look at the size of the sewing bed. Hear how quietly it runs? I wish you could put your hands on this quilt and feel the power as it feeds 4 layers. It's effortless. And for me, it makes my quilting effortless. If I had an hour, I couldn't show you everything this machine does for me. So I'm just going to give you my short list. And you need to go in and find out everything it can do for your quilting. Look at this touchscreen. It's the largest, clearest, brightest on any home machine. It makes everything else so easy. The sewing bed is the largest on a Janome. But the machine isn't huge. The stitch quality is outstanding. I have hundreds of decorative stitches to choose from. Anything I've ever wanted, 9 millimeters wide. In fact, I can create my own stitches if I want to with the included software. This machine is ideal for quilters who embroider. There are even designs made especially for the square hoops. And I don't need a long arm because the AccuFill system lets me do perfect stippling across the biggest quilt I can make. The feeding system is amazing. It's called AccuFeed Flex. Remember that name. It comes with 4 feet that take care of anything I need to do. The new needle threader. Love it. The highlight is an eye saver, and the AccuView now comes with 3 magnifiers. The quick change needle plate. Nobody else has it this easy. Variable zigzag. You have to see this to believe it. With the MemoryCraft 15000, there's so much more I could say. But I will say this. For quilting, this is the machine that takes me anywhere I want to go.